and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. We're going to have some fun today. Here we've got a 1932 Ford Vicky from Hot Wheels. It's got a lot of flea bites on it. There's a lot of scratches on it. A lot of the metal is corroded, and there's a lot of toning underneath. Went ahead and took the car apart. Engine definitely needs to be polished up and worked on. Let's take out the interior and the windshield. That's in pretty good shape, but we'll clean it up anyways. Now let's go ahead and polish it up and get it ready for paint. There's a bunch of scratches in the paint, but we're going to go ahead and polish this up, buff it out. I start off with some polishing compound here, the good old reliable turtle wax. Now, one thing I've discovered as I do this is take your time with the polishing. Just because you've got a high speed setting on your Dremel or your drill doesn't mean you have to use it at the high speed. It's a little easier to control if you take your time and turn down the speed. You also will get a better polish if you can see exactly what you're doing. So take your time, polish it up, and if you have to change out your little buffing head, mine's about ready to be changed out. Take your time and make it look good. If you have your Dremel going too fast, it can kick out of your hand and throw your car across the room. Trust me on this, okay? I've been there. Once we get it all polished out, then we're going to use the wax and grease remover and get all that polishing compound off there and get it ready for paint. On the 32 Ford Vicky, we're going to go ahead and stick with the original color and try and make this an actual restoration. So let's go ahead. I've already got the paint mixed. Should be good to go there. Turn on the vacuum. Zoom in just a little bit. Here we go. Now remember, the very first coat you want to do is light. And then of course the inside. Alright, give me a minute, let's let it dry a little bit and then we'll hit it with some more coats.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
A few minutes have gone by, let's go ahead and hit it with some more paint. Hit the inside a little bit more. Underneath the fenders. So far, so good. It's going to be really, really pretty. The other paint job on the car, the original one, had a lot of toning. We went and, I went and sanded it down, buffed it down with some steel wool, cleaned it up, scrubbed it up nice, and gives you a real nice base to paint your car. All right, I just ran out of paint, but I think what we got here is a real nice finish. And if we want to look even nicer, we could even hit it with a clear coat. But I think that overall, that's more than enough paint to give it a nice good red base. So we're going to go ahead and let that sit for a day or two and let it dry and harden. We had the activator mixed in with the paint, the hardener. So this ought to be pretty decent.
The next morning.
Now we're going to go ahead and paint the roof. I've taped it all off and I got my paint mixed up and we're ready to go. So let's do it. Going with some real light coats here. Especially when you're striping or you're putting a tape border down, you want to blow the paint straight at the item that you're painting. You don't want to paint at an angle, because if you do that, you're liable to get your paint underneath the tape. So come at it straight. Do a nice light coat first. That should seal the edges of the paint, and then once it dries for a moment or two, then you can go ahead and continue finishing off your paint. But that was a light coat, so we should be good to go here. What I like about this black paint is that it makes a nice texture also. So it actually does imitate a vinyl roof. You don't need to saturate it or make it shiny or anything. That's about it. So when you're mixing up this paint for the black here to do the vinyl, you don't need a lot. Less than half of what you normally would use to paint a car. Now it's time to do a little bit of detailing. I got this little detail brush here. I picked up some of these at Hobby Lobby. They're like 10 in a pack for like $6 or something like that. I did later on find a source on Amazon, and I picked up like 300 or 500 or something like that for the same price. So always looking for ways to make the hobby cheaper and easier for your pocketbook. I'll put a link down below to where I got these, and then you can click on them and buy them yourself. Take your time, trim it up. Using this Testor's semi-gloss enamel. Just take your time. Make a mistake, wipe it off, do it again. A little paint thinner will take it right off. Now we get all the parts. We got the base polished up, windshield's in good shape, interior looks great, we've polished up the engine, and the car is ready to go. Let's put it together and have our reveal. And this is where we started. A Hot Wheels 1932 Ford Vicky, very tired and in desperate need of restoration. A lot of toning in this one here. And this is where we got to. Same car, new paint job, polished up, new wheels, a welcome addition to anybody's collection. There's nothing wrong with restoring these cars. I see a lot of people saying, well, you know, let's not destroy these old cars, but it's better than leaving them in your collection all torn apart. Special thanks goes to Lee at Time Riders Wee Little Cars, George at Hodges Hot Wheels and Diecast, Keith at Outlaw Speed Shop, and Paul at Fat Guy Productions. These are the guys that I follow very close when I do my videos. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned because we're going to have a lot more videos coming your way. Have a great day, and thank you.